Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
Yes. Yes, I am here. Yes. Oh, you don't have sound. Amazing. Peter has asked me to tell you all that he's currently fixing his sound because he's managed to put his output in the wrong PC. So I think he might have 3 running at the moment.
Well, there's 165,000 output devices available on this machine. So, well, I'm here now.
65,000 available output devices.
I'm here now.
Oh yeah, I mean, it does seem like that sometimes with how many ports some PCs have today.
Yeah, well, it's not even that. It's that I've got the capture card on it as well. That's 4 input devices.
Lovely.
In HD and then 4 in 4K. I've got a mixer and a preamp. I've got webcams with built-in microphones as well. It's crazy, I tell you.
That's a lot of
And a microphone here on the table as well, if you like. We can do this kind of where I sort of interview the audience. Hello, audience. How are you doing tonight? Yes, nice live stream. I know. I worked all day to set it up. What do you think?
I think it looks wonderful, Peter.
Yeah, well, the audience is... Eh.
And I know that I've got to say it looks wonderful, otherwise I won't be allowed to come next week. So. It looks wonderful, Peter.
Yeah, I was talking to some people about the choppiness of the stream and everything, and actually there's no choppiness of the stream, there's choppiness of R-Factor 2 because it's loading other cars.
Oh, it's doing the, yeah.
I think we tried to set it to a minimum of loading time. Now, I found a way to kind of prepare 60 cars for loading, but it still does have to load the skins. So it has to put the skins in memory. So
I think that probably the skins will be the most troublesome part, at least.
there you go.
Hello.
Ah, John's with us as well.
That's the other Dane.
Can we do? Should we do the Google Meet thing with you guys on the webcam as well?
Sure, I've got to find a hair bubble so I don't look like, I don't know.
Yeah, I had to do the same because I had to take 15 minutes on the couch in order to be fully awake, so my hair looks like a rat's nest. Yeah, there you go, Linus Luton. We tried to show some of the LP2 cars as well. Yeah, I'll set up a Google Meet thing. I'll have to place the webcam at a different angle. I know it's interesting to see what goes on my screen, but you can't now because I have to fix this.
Oh, what? You mean they can't see the link and the password to get into the Google?
No, let's not. Yeah, let's not show the address so people come.
You're not allowing to put that on stream.
So Aiden says he'd join us, but he's in bed. Well, you could join us from bed, Aiden. It just takes a headset and a telephone. Whoa, big! Wow! Traffic jam at the second chicane. Wow, that was amazing. That went surprisingly well.
It looked like it was going to go all horrifically, but somehow it was okay.
That was reminiscent of me doing algebra in 6th grade or something. It looked like a disaster, but in the end I solved it all.
Yeah, I noticed, was that white coming through the chicane? I think it was.
Yeah, no problem. No
What
problem.
could possibly go wrong?
I've got some joining information on. I'll send it on FaceSlam for you guys.
The problem is that, you know, we'd like to show LP2s and GT cars, but with the algorithm that automatically switches the cameras, it always goes for the for some of the fastest cars, and obviously with these multiple classes, the fastest car is always the hypercar.
Yeah.
So Peter has to manually change every time when it's
But I'll don't worry, I'll put up my laptop here and plug that in as well, because then I have something I have manual control on. That it's just a little bit more laggy when the cars are loading, but. Yeah, now we got you in echo, John. No, don't do anything. I'll do it at my end. Because I'll just kill the volume of Chrome here. Just mash it. There we go. Now you only need to be on TeamSpeak. And then have the webcam on Google Meet, and then everything will be fine. And now try and set up capture from that window.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
I'm not getting your webcam on the Google Meet window yet.
It should be going on right now.
Okay. Yeah, you're there. I just need to put in a capture of that. 2 seconds.
I'm just waiting for everything to load on track, then I'll open up that one.
Actually, we have huge news today.
Oh, go on. Announce it.
Yeah, I posted in the forums today for all those who cannot see the forums. We are actually on Danske Spil, the betting company right now. You can actually go to the website and bet on your favorite teams
you can bet
as
on your
winners.
favorite team now.
Yep, it's online now.
That'll make it more interesting, won't it?
Hey, I had a look at some of the odds earlier, and
can I say it's illegal for participants to bet?
Is it?
Yes. So just so we got that on in the clear. It is actually illegal for participants to bet.
Oh, illegal, yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna live with this being ugly, and then I'm gonna hope for the best when I pop it up here. And now I can't see if it's working because I'm an idiot.
Yes, if you are taking part in EEWC, please bet on it. It's fairly frowned upon.
Yeah, well, that's the same as that's inside betting. It's the same as betting on a football match that you're playing yourself. That's not legal.
Yeah. Again, generally frowned upon.
I think Peter is echoed on my end. I don't understand why though.
Makes sense. Oh, you might have to mute the volume in Google Meet, no?
I did already that, I think. I might not do it. Wait a minute.
Multi-adapter capture. I'm doing everything I can to try and have it capture this window, but somehow it just it doesn't want to capture the window. So now I have to do a screen capture and then only capture that corner of the screen just to make it difficult.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
We can.
Okay. I'm not quite sure what's going on here right now.
Scene, source, image. No, you're not getting a webcam image from me, so don't worry about that. I don't have a netcam plugged in that's available.
Even live in the studio, as long as it's there. I think we'll be checking it out quite soon.
Yeah, well, that's
actually.
because I only have the one webcam plugged in now, and that's the one that I'm on from the studio.
Yeah. The rest is pretty much packed down for the event.
Screen capture is called what now?
When are you going to be heading across to Viborg? On a Tuesday or Wednesday?
Wednesday afternoon.
Ah. I'll be joining you on Thursday afternoon because, yes.
Guess many of your guys have soon flying in, I guess.
Oh, so it's called display capture now. Oh, okay. That's not different than everything else. Now you're getting my screen on top of everything. You'll have to excuse me while I crop this. I'm cropping, John.
It's fine.
Don't worry, I'll crop you nicely.
Okay. Just make sure I look thinner.
We can do that as well. I'm not sure the format allows it though.
Instagram photos and what's the other one that you use? Snapchat or whatever?
Insta snap face chat.
That's what all the young people use nowadays.
No, that you're thinking heroin.
There we go. That's beautiful, John.
Or Molly's.
That's beautiful.
You know, I saw one of those Coca-Cola commercials, share a Coke with, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and on the side of a bus it said share a Coke with Molly. Yeah, that'll be an experience. Come on, guys, this'll be a night to remember. Oh yeah, I betcha. We had Coke and Molly's all night. I don't want to. Now I'm not touching it. If you're joining if you join up the meeting, Neil, it'll start to show you as well.
Yeah. The internet currently hates me a little bit, so.
As usual, and in a few seconds, your power connection will hate you as well.
I think I'm the only one in the house at the moment. A free reign of the broadband as it stands.
Evening, lads, from Kenneth Jensen. I painted their car. Yoo-hoo!
Internet, I believe in you.
You're looking awfully nice tonight, John.
I actually took my new shirt on with the Endurance E-Racing World Championship logos on it. Oh, yes.
Oh, what? It's wanting me to add in my password for Google for the account that I haven't used in 6 months. Why that? Why that account and not my normal one? Why?
Oh, guys, we have a lot of people coming in and off the server right now. I see the lowest placed hypercars car is in the 30s overall place now. As we saw, Rare Endurance actually keeping up P1 in LMP2 class right now. Yeah, I have to admit to you.
Oh.
I'm not getting your webcam image, Neil.
Interesting. Let's see. Oh, it's just thinking about it. There
Yes! There we go.
What's behind me? Oh, it's just my bed. It's fine.
It's not bad. It's looking okay.
No, I was just seeing. I could just see something behind me in the picture. I was wondering what it was, but no, it's fine. It's just my bed. Yeah.
Yeah, and if anyone's wondering, we've got the radio page up and running now as well. So if you go to radio.gtr24h.org, you'll see all the radio channels for all the different teams, and you're actually able to click in and join the radio channels. So you can listen in on the team's communication.
It's on a delay, so you can't hear it real time. What's the delay again? It's usually... What is the delay again?
Delay? What? Delay who?
On the radios. 'Cause obviously it isn't real
right
time.
now it's minimal. Right now it's minimal.
Ah.
So it's just running straight through the Icecast server, and it's whatever the Icecast server can handle. But that usually gives it about 5 seconds delay. Well, I guess we're gonna run with something like 10-15 seconds delay. I just don't want to, like, I have to take down 52 radio channels every time I need to change a setting, and manually set all the 52 radio channels up once again right now. So I just don't want to. I just don't want to touch it.
It's fine. Just don't want to touch it. It's fine.
Yeah, I'll go to the. Let's check. Let's check the odds page and see if it's on.
Send you the link, Peter. It's on.
Yeah, because someone's asking in the chat.
Someone's asking a question.
Yes, it's here. You can bet on the winners in all 4 classes. I bet you that'll be fun.
Yes. Certainly will be.
Who's the highest seeded? So the highest seeded hypercar is Musto GD Esport.
What is it, Duskespil?
danskespil.dk/oddset. ODDSET.
Duskespil, because of course in Denmark you
Send you the link, Neil.
spell things strangely in
Yeah, we're stupid.
spell things strangely in Denmark as opposed to glorious Sweden.
Yeah, well, at least we adopted the metric system, so everybody just shut up.
You have one guess what I'm doing right now.
He's-
Installing Air Factor.
Oh, wonderful.
okay.
Here we go.
White LMP2 car. The skin is not working. Okay, that's someone joining with the auto skin transfer system.
So it looks like, at the moment, at least for the hypercars, it's the Musto GT Esports favorite. It's Real Esport 912, Singularity, and VRS Kuanda all joint second favorite. Quite close though, all 4 of them. I think that's probably a pretty good interpretation of how it's going to be. I'd probably say those 4 are certainly going to be at the pointy end of the hypercar class. Yes, an LMP2 Hydra Esports by far the favourite, and again, yeah, I'd probably estimate that as well. Just looking at the
some of
lineups.
it, some of the odds, Neil. Some of the information, of course, comes from us.
Yes, of course.
Some of the information comes from the teams and how they're doing in other series. Yeah, and then some of it comes from us asking the various teams, you know, to kind of pick the favorites among the other cars and in the other classes, because of course we didn't know all of the drivers. So
yeah, of course. That's the wrong button. Oh, this button. Yes, of course. Well, you can't exactly ask the teams who's going to win their class, because obviously they're all going to say us. Ask them who's going to win in other classes. It'll be fun.
Yeah, well, it looks like the most contested class is hypercar class.
Yeah.
With it, like it's 2.75 for the Italian guys, and then 5 for the others. So it's not 2 to 1 chance that they're gonna win. It's less than that. But
It's 9 to 4, I think, if you do fractions.
yeah,
No, 2.75 is 11 to 4.
yeah.
And
You're
then 6 to
crazy.
1 for the rest.
You're crazy with the math shit. You know. Are you like some kind of savant or something? Like closing your eyes and then.
No. Well, part of it is, of course, I did mathematics at university, and part of it that my mother was a bookmaker for a number of years. So she knows all this stuff as well.
Bookmaker or bookmaker? I don't know. It's
Oh,
Neil.
perhaps.
He
Who
cooks
knows?
our books, as they say in the mob.
You know, it's yeah, she was a bookmaker for a number of years, so she taught me some of those things as well.
We're being followed again. It's Razor 111.
Run away.
Thanks for the follow, mate.
No worries, Peter.
Are you? Yeah. So you finally decided, like 2 years in, you decided, I think I better follow our own channel.
No, I actually found out that I actually had an old Twitter, it's not Twitter, Twitch account.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's funny though.
Well, we already had about 4 follows already tonight, so we're feeling quite stalked
Ecstatic.
right now.
Yeah.
Everyone's following us.
A great looking skin though.
Okay, I can move the webcam back and be a little bit more. Like I'll put on a second webcam and have that hooked up with the thing. And the thing going. But right now I need to. Yeah, right now I need to go to another PC.
It says that I cannot chat before I've been here for 10 minutes. Oh my god, I need to be here for 10 minutes.
Why is it not change? Why is it not changing to?
Uncat chat is too much of a noob.
Yeah. I have a window. Yeah.
Why is it not focusing on you, John, when you're talking? It should automatically switch between you guys.
Because I have a secret voice, you know.
Go hiding person ways, yeah, that's fine. Yeah.
Well, I'm setting up more PCs, so. Excuse me.
Of course, you can see the timing of all the cars, not just now, but of course over the next weekend as well. Into GTR24h.org and then click the live timing button on the front page, or just go directly to GTR24h.org/timing. There's so many GTEs on at the moment. There's lots of GT3s, however. Nightmare 1, 2 at the moment in the GT3 times. Both in Callaways. Minute 56.7, 3 minute 56.9 for those two. Fastest hypercar at the moment is Paul Lindegaard. Followed by Roy de Moonk in the one-move eSports car. And for P2 it's Michael Storm. 1.1 seconds is that ahead of the rest? It is indeed. Michael Storm 1.1 seconds ahead of DGTS. And in third place is Richard Blocker. You have a look on the front page of GTR24h.org as well. It's got a nice little countdown to tell you how long there is until the event. When Peter and John just look at that countdown, those seconds ticking down, and Best just builds up ever so slightly with every second.
Where is my counter in the live stream, Peter?
Where's your what?
My counter to the event in the live stream. Where is it?
Your counter for what?
For how many days left to the show, man?
Oh, we can show that at the bottom.
Okay.
We can show that at the bottom.
Because today I'm in a complaining mood, so I have to do
I
that.
know. I know. I've been complaining all day as well, practicing for when you showed up.
What do you mean?
Thank you.
What do you mean today you're just
Love
in
you.
a complaining mood, John?
Fun though.
I got the spare computer from DCS as well, John.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had a malfunctioning PC with some memory issues. We kind of like needed that to exchange that. But DCS actually reminded us that they would, instead of just sending 2 memory sticks, they would send us entire PC instead. So yeah, that's better,
Nice.
I guess.
Yeah, can I tell you that was an all uphill battle.
Oh, it's not that
It
bad.
was so weird because the PC was, there was nothing wrong with the PC, it was just the memory sticks. And they didn't want to send us just the memory sticks, so they sent us an entire PC
Yeah.
to fix
to fix the
broken
memory
stick.
issues. But that's okay. We're still very happy about the deal with DCS. They've been very kind to us. Really great guys, and they're doing really great stuff for us, helping out with actually packing the event with all sorts of different PCs for all different stuff. Yeah. They would just have saved a lot of cost just by sending some memory sticks instead. That would be great though. Anyhow, we got a new PC. We're happy. That's really, really cool. So, did you actually have enough sleep, Neil? Because you can't sleep for like 2 days or something like that.
Yes. So it's
That's
all good.
good.
Yes, it's all good now. Oh, there we go.
There we absolutely
Wow.
go. Woohoo!
That's the bearded guy. The second bearded guy. Maybe the third, actually.
Yeah, you're surrounded by beards now.
Yeah. It's all in the beard, you know. Actually, that's 2 minutes and 55 seconds to actually can do my first post on this Twitch channel. I'm gonna celebrate that.
He's counting down the seconds for those ones as
Oh.
well.
Yeah.
My cap's dusty.
Where is our good guy Nick Newcomb today?
Oh no.
Where is
Probably
Ocean?
DJing somewhere, trying to make as much money as possible.
DJing anywhere, yes. Oh, sure, actually, I thought he said he'd be here. Maybe on later.
I think he's out DJing. He spoke about that he needed to go DJing this weekend for the event. But he's already arriving on Wednesday because he's actually one of the guys who actually wants to do something, right, Neil?
You can't say things like this, John. Can't say things
That's
like
nice.
this.
Just kidding. It's funny.
I'm arriving fashionably late, that's all.
It's fine. We're glad you're here.
No, we're not, but we're acting like it.
You know, I did have a look at getting a combination of trains to Viborg after work on Wednesday. You know, see if we could arrive in Viborg any earlier. And to be honest, I was only arriving in Viborg like an hour earlier than I would be if I did the flight. So it's like, I can't be bothered.
Yeah. Anyhow, let's move on to the event. We are like 1 week away from the event, and to keep a little bit more focused for
Before you say anything, John, can we just take a quick commercial break and then
Yeah.
come back?
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. See you guys, everyone, all of you out there, right after this.
Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
There we go, back again.
Wonderful.
And it's actually reacting to the to whoever's speaking, so we get the webcam of whoever's on now.
What happens if we all start speaking at the same time? Does it work?
Now the only thing I need to do is to make the monitor of OBS into my headphones, so that I can actually have the headphones on and hear what you guys are saying.
I think that would be helpful if you could hear what you were saying. Well, no, it depends.
Well, it works now, anyway. Oh, partially works, because it's Bluetooth audio, and my speakers now, and the audio quality is, yeah, bad.
What were you going to say before going to the break, John?
Yeah, I kind of just wanted to talk about some of the stuff going on at the show now. We're only 1 week away, and yeah, there's gonna be some 46 teams to start with. We actually counted for 50 teams this year, but we have some cancellation from some teams. But at the starting grid, will be 46 teams, which is pretty awesome. Exactly the record still. But I guess that there's been some issues with some of the teams there. And we will of course have some good stuff for the different, how can you say, spectators of the show who arise there. There's gonna be a massive...
You need to, John, you need to unmute your mic on the Google Meet, otherwise it'll never show you on the... It's a browser
Okay.
window that you need to unmute your mic.
Okay, I get it. Can
Yeah,
you hear me?
there you go. Yes.
Yeah. Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, for the spectators actually arriving to the show, there will be lots of great stuff to try out. We will have some simulators from Nordic Game Supply, who's gonna set up some next level gear and some Trustmaster wheels and stuff like that, where you can actually try and race the different style gaming. You will have an installation with rFactor 2, and you can actually try the track out. There will be some Formula 1 2019, some VRC rally stuff as well. There will be a full way of actually having the possibility to experience a full VR of the teams driving in the arena. That means that you can actually sit in a sofa and try some VR goggles on, and when you actually jump into that, you will get like improvement of the audio and stuff, and you can just jump to all the different teams practicing and racing around the track. So you will actually be able for you to sit in the leading car
In
going
VR. And it
yeah,
feels
in
like
VR.
and it feels
Oh,
like
lovely.
you're in the actual car.
Yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
So this is what we're gonna set up to this time. Next year we will be building it even bigger, because we do find that a lot of spectators there would actually enjoy it quite a lot. So yeah, so the realism is really there, and of course this time around we will also introduce the virtual pit stop what we actually had last year. So for all the different teams, they will actually experience the blistering sound of all their cars going through the paddocks, and all the sound going through the start-finish line, so they can actually hear it in the event as well. There will be 3 big laser projectors from Dell again, like last year, with very high resolution 4K images. So, and we will also have some great lighting there, which Peter can actually speak a little bit about. Peter, can you get more into detail about the lighting?
Not really, because I don't know anything about it. I know there's gonna be some lighting, and that's basically
Yeah.
it, guys. It's provided by AV Center. It's some coloring lights and some lights at the stage, queued together with all the different like commercial breaks and B-rolls and stuff that we're trying to do. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So yeah, it's gonna be great that there's gonna be a lot of stuff to experience there. We will also have a local go-kart track where all the special guests and also the VIP guests and also the real how can you say teams can actually go out and enjoy themselves driving in a go-kart together with their teammates or together against some other teams in the same class, for example. There's a lot of good stuff to do there. So yeah, we'll also have some cool stuff showing off real cars there, like Porsche, Ferraris, and I think even there will be a McLaren as well. McLaren, sorry. So there will be a lot of great stuff there. There will be teams bringing their own real cars, like Super GT cars and stuff like that will be showcased there. Yeah, there will be a lot of great stuff. I know for a fact that maybe Newmark Racing will have or will be bringing a Super GT car there. So there's going to be great stuff to view there. So if you know anybody out there,
are they allowed to start up any of the cars?
oh, I don't know that. Don't ask me that because I don't know. But I think that
we should try to, like, if they're starting up proper race cars, we should, like, if we can get the permission to do that, we should do it. Yes, we should.
Yes.
Yes,
No,
we should.
I have a feeling perhaps set firing up a full race car in the middle of a city probably does need permission of some description. I don't know what type of permission, but it probably does.
Yeah, well, we're backed up by the local municipality, and it's actually yeah, as long as we're backed up by them, they actually kind of make the rules for this. There are only a very few things that they are not like in direct control of. So as long as no one gets hurt, they can always kind of give us a special permit to do stuff like that.
That's pretty cool.
So I'm guessing that shouldn't be a problem. Next year, I'm gonna try and get a Haribo sponsorship because we need the candy, we need the sugar.
You need the sugar. All you need is caffeine.
No, I need caffeine, and then I need all the sugar.
I think I've grown a tolerance to caffeine. Not sure if that's good or not.
It's better than growing an intolerance, isn't it?
I mean, yeah. It's like I can just have like a full mug of coffee. It's like, yeah, I can go to sleep 20 minutes later. It has no effect on me whatsoever. But I'm feeling that's probably not good.
I'm like, I can tell you for sure that's definitely not good.
Yeah, probably not. No.
Let's guys, let's have a look at the weather on track, because I know there's showers moving in. So let's check the weather update. If I can find the weather button. Yeah, there you look. To the north of Le Mans is actually quite a big weather system at the moment. I'll put you guys in as well. Say paste the reference. There we go. What do you think about it?
Yes, weather, lovely.
And there is some of it.
There is weather. There is always weather. No, yes, it can always be fun a little bit of weather, especially just getting into the final week or so, because there might be some wet weather happening. Who knows?
It looks at the moment like, if you look at next weekend, at the moment it actually looks dry all weekend long.
We need to get someone who lives close to the track to throw a bucket of water in the weather station. Oh no, it's raining!
We could have someone just with this kind of humidor just standing next to the weather station, the local weather station where we're pulling our weather data, and then just make it rain now.
It's like a very convoluted version of Bernie's sprinkler for F1.
Yeah. Well, the weather solution that we're running right now is real weather with plus 7 degrees right down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
plus 7 degrees.
Because
let's try and make it a little bit realistic for June.
try and look it up. It's the average rainfall of October is only on a monthly basis. It's only about I think it's 5 millimeters more in October than June.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, the precipitation averages of Le Mans is actually pretty flat, as it doesn't have like extreme seasonal
shifts. Yeah.
Craig is asking if his stream is working. So do I have? Yeah, I've got the 00 Pro Sim RTMP stream here as well. So we'll try and check that out for just a couple of seconds. Well, he is definitely streaming his desk. Yeah, and he changed it to 720p again. So I'll have to readjust the image. Just give me 2 seconds. I'll have to stretch this to fix it again. Okay, we can get back to Craig then later when he's in the car. That's a sim rig,
Yeah.
That's a bloody sim rig.
Yeah.
It's like a futuristic something like launch control something.
And that of course means that if any of the other teams want to run their RTMP streams, you can actually pick up, he'll be in soon, he says on the chat. You can actually pick up the link by going to radio.gtr24h.com, and then the name of the radio channel behind the like the radio.gtr24h.org is actually the same address for the RTMP stream. If you're our team and you want to do that, go into the Teams and Drivers group on Facebook and look up RTMP stream. There'll be a post with instructions. If you want to do that, then tell us in the chat that you're live, and I'll add a view with onboard from your car. And that is, of course, the way it's going to work during the event as well.
I would actually say the case you have beside you, Peter, you're actually missing some more lighting in it. It's not glory enough.
No, it's perfect. It's perfect.
Like a Christmas tree, man.
No, it doesn't look... I know on the stream it looks a little bit extreme, but actually in real life it looks kind of... Yeah, it's not that bad. It doesn't look like a Christmas tree at all.
Yeah.
And then with the blue light on the cooler, like the cooler is ice blue. I think that's a nice detail.
Yeah. Getting back to the show, if people haven't been visiting the website, we just recently put up a 3D demo on the website. So if you leave it on for like a few seconds, it will be starting a background YouTube video where you can actually enjoy the entire event in a 3D. Yeah, you can actually show it, Peter.
Yeah, I just wanted to prepare an extra window down here, and I can find it and show it to you guys.
There's also a YouTube video somewhere, you can have a look at it there. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on for this year's event. We are actually stepping up with live betting this time around. There's still some negotiation going on with the different TV companies right now, so there's nothing certain right now. We still have some less than 1 week now, but a lot of things can happen in the next few days. So keep tuned, watch the forums, watch the website, check back online and stuff like that, and we might have some things in store for you very soon.
Yeah, and I know Teams and Drivers only know this so far, but we've actually hooked up with a guy that's now sort of a broadcasting consultant for us as well. He's going to the Sportel conference this week on Monday, and he's actually bringing the show with him. So it'll be interesting to see what comes out of that as well.
Can be any kind of, yeah, I don't know, TV company, whatever, who's gonna show interest in us, and they might want to broadcast the event live for 24 hours.
Yeah, can I just say that it's highly unlikely that the deal will go, like, unless it's streaming companies, they might have room to say suddenly, like let's make an extra channel and feature these guys. But yeah, any more TV coverage with a 5 days notice is unlikely. But who knows? Maybe next year. Maybe negotiations for next year.
Yeah, let's see. So maybe Craig is done with his setup right now.
John, I just found the video.
Right.
The video. Let's go with the video. Not full screen. I wanted to do something else. Shit. Okay, I have to keep, we have to go I have to keep it like this. Or maybe I can, that's a little bit better. So that's from the outside of the arena. And you can see the map of Viborg City underneath that. Kind of gives a little bit of scale to the building.
Yeah, this is just one arena. There's actually one beside it as well.
Yeah,
so
then we go straight up. Like, this is very dangerous because we go straight up the stairs up to the bar. So it's the first thing you pass through coming into the arena is the bar. It's very Danish.
Yeah.
With an overview.
I think if find that is the correct place to put the bar.
Mm.
Is beside the entrance.
Yeah, at each end, at each end of the main arena is a bar.
Oh, lovely.
And can I also say, while we're watching this, if you want to support GTR24H, go to vpn.gtr24h.org and buy your Express VPN subscription through that, because that actually puts a bit of money in our pocket as well. So you'll not only be getting a very good VPN product, you'll also be supporting the GTR24H in the Endurance E-Racing World Championship.
Yep.
Like this, like we're in the second arena now by the teams. Because for 3D rendering the ceiling is actually quite low. I know it's not actually that low in reality, but it was quite hard. I colored the tents black as well this year in the demo, even though they're white. I thought black might look better, but it just looks all blacked out now when you're trying to see the number of tents. But I'm not rendering this again.
No, not anymore. Took a long time.
We're going backwards out through the central hallway again.
Yeah, we can also conclude on this. This is just how can you say, a smaller part of the entire event area. There's a large cafeteria. There's a VIP lounge for all the VIP guests, which is basically companies having gala dinners in the night and getting lectures from different. Yeah.
That's a 1,200 square meter area.
Yeah. With an overview of the stadium close by as well. Yeah, a lot of good stuff coming there. So if you're gonna visit the show, there's two possibilities to join in. There's a normal ticket for just entering the show. There's also the ticket of going VIP all style, and you can get gala dinners and free drinks and stuff like that for that. And
can I say
show.
the price difference on those is ridiculous. It'll like you have access all weekend with either one, but with the VIP you get free dinner Saturday evening as well as the as well as the speaks with Jason Watt, Lasse Sørensen, lots of guys. You know, so yeah, if it was me, I would shell out the extra cash and buy the VIP thing. Yeah, and can I say, Craig Hyde's mentioning the slow download of skins as well. There's a setting on this server that's limiting the download of the skins in order to prioritize low lag for the guys on the server. It's not going to be like this at the event. If we have to do updates at the event, the skin transfer will be local on, is it 10 gigabit network or something crazy like
10
that?
10 gigabit local network, yeah.
So get your 10 gigabit cards ready, because we're stepping up.
Yeah, and there will be an uplink for the event of 5 gigabits internet WAN connection. So that's a lot of good bandwidth there as well. So. And that means that actually every single team could actually stream their own stuff in 4K.
Yeah, if you stick the stream that will be going out, like if you want to stream to your own Twitch channel or something like that, please keep it within the vendor limits. That the maximum that either YouTube or Twitch will accept is 6,000 kilobits. So that's 6 megabits per. Stick to that, because then we won't have any problems. We saw some teams last year try to broadcast with 30 megabits or 50 megabits. It doesn't even make sense, because whatever's happening when the stream arrives at the platform, they're going to crunch it anyway down to the 6 megabits. So what you're watching now is 6 megabit. Well, it's time for a commercial break, guys. So let's do the ads. We'll be back.
Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails, and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
Here we go. Back on track. I'm just getting the second PC up and running here now. There's not going to be there's going to be driver names on that in the beginning, but at least that one's not running AutoCam, so we can take direct control of the cars that we want to watch. And I was thinking that maybe now would be a good time to do some kind of run through on the various cars. I think we have about cars from about half of the teams on the server right now.
Nice.
Yeah, and some time ago in the chat, some guy was asking if we would be selling merchandise at the event, and no, because we're not made out of gold. Yeah, we chose to use the money on making the show great instead of using the money on buying merch for reselling. That would be actually quite. I found some places that would make it cheaper, but yeah, marketing the event and making the event better was, yeah, it's just a better use of money. Maybe next year. Let's see if this one should be on PC3 now. And there's nothing on PC3, and this one's wrong, and PC2 is black as well, so yay! None of that's working, at least. Do I see rain? Do I see rain, Neil?
We see the purple rain.
No,
No.
I'm seeing like vertical lines. No, it must be just my eyes.
Oh, I love it. It's been a long time since I've seen rain come down vertically, because a lot of the time, especially in Scotland and when I lived in Sweden, the rain would be horizontal because it came with wind at the same time.
Yeah, it's horribly sideways.
It's like,
Umbrellas don't cope with that shit.
it's like horizontal rain. Oh no.
Yeah, I need to mess a little bit with stuff in my end. And I need to try and remember. I'm pretty sure that my laptop should have been on camera 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go to camera 3. And let's try and see if we can't get an image on this. Yes. That is also top on the stuff.
emergency something.
No, that's the full set of course. Entirely wrong. Now I need to check to go back and put on the audio output or cut sounds. Yeah. Because we're running local. I think every time there's an OBS update, it kind of says some settings just get too far out. Just get them out. I think I had the others to. I hear myself for some reason. Well, it's nearly set up anyway, so.
It's fine.
I'll have to leave the server and come back now. I have to be the one who causes the stutters.
You became the very person you swore to destroy.
Yeah. I'm the stutter master now. There we go. Now we have a camera available that we can actually control, which is a nice thing as well. Even though the settings seem to favor overtakings at the moment, so it's really going for the hypercars now because they're overtaking other cars all the time. Yeah, can I just say to the guys in chat that are complaining about the auto cam, yeah, you sit here every Friday and control the cameras manually then when you have to set up like 15 PCs and all of program shit and make sure everything's working. No way. If you don't like it and you don't like auto cam, find something else to watch, please. Stop complaining in the chat. I'm just sitting thinking, I think I might have gone overboard with the detail levels on this laptop. I
don't think, Peter.
Not
that can only go wrong.
Entirely sure it's capable of handling what I'm demanding at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see.
It needs a bit of time to focus as well. And then I'll need to do some checking and programming and stuff like that as well.
Oh no.
So we get, yeah, because I have to pick up the names on this PC as well. But thankfully I created like network drives for all this stuff, so it's way easier to find now than it originally was. It would be nice now if I knew the IP of the computer. That would make it really helpful.
42.
42, yeah.
That's the like universe and everything. 42 is the IP.
42. I'll look for 42. No, I need to go to the other one while I try to sort out I'll try to find the IP. If that is at all part. No, I've like the luck of the draw. I have one of the R Factor sessions that don't allow tapping out. So. Well, the IRDK skin's looking very much better this year than it was last year.
Because you painted it this year?
No, I haven't touched that. No, no.
You haven't touched it. Of course it looks better. I did it. Way.
No, that's not the story. Yeah, we're up for interviews. You need to find your way to the broadcast, the green room in the broadcast channel. Oh, why is it showing me this? Can you guys check if there's people in the green room? Because I'm not able to.
Yeah, sure. I can.
So that's...
Oh, sorry. Go. Perhaps not. I'm good. The time is currently Borough Milan on top in the hypercar class, and probably in the golf in second, and then Roy Moon came third. He's on server at the moment. In the LMP2s, it is DGTS, followed by Mikkel de Bois, who is in one of the cars. I need to memorize this for next week.
Don't worry, you'll have your notes, man. You'll have your notes.
Oh, no, I've got the private. Having to go through them all.
We could just do the timing view as well. I think I've managed to actually make it half decent now. I need to work on the spacing between them because there's definitely like still too many cars shown for, like, you can see there's way too much gap right now. But all the data's at least there now, and it's switching between classes and stuff like that. This is still work in progress. with the design of this, because I have to make it fit on a mobile phone and everything as well.
Oh, lovely.
Well, the main thing is that the main view is very functional. Believe it or not, the hard part is actually getting all the information and organizing it. Like arranging it for different views is actually much easier. Right now I'm wondering why the timing tower seems to be stuck on the hypercar class, but because all the other classes are represented, it should just change. That's actually the one thing that hasn't been worked on for like weeks. That might be the reason, you know. It hasn't been worked on.
Ah, maybe. Ah. Oh, we've got a subscriber at tier 1. Is that one of you?
Sorry?
Got a subscriber on Twitch. Did you not get a
Yeah, I did.
notification for that?
We've got a
Oh,
new
you did?
follower as well.
We do?
Hello and welcome. And thank you for the follow.
Yeah, thank you, Roy, for the subscription at tier 1. And thank you for the this one.
That's excellent.
Yes.
V drive file name lab 1. Yeah, everything always happens on lab 1. Then I need to restart this thing. And now when I change to the laptop view where we are in control, I should be able to add in some driver names as well, and we should be able to get the correct driver names at least. Or we should be. I just want to check the folders to see if it's passing and putting stuff the right place.
Oh, probably not. Why would you be doing that? Why
I don't know. By now, I don't know. Maybe it
Why
would.
would anything electronic be doing what you want it to do?
No. It's because I'm doing dangerous stuff, man. And I take the danger road.
Know by now that the internet hates
But I
you.
can tell you that's Frank Thompson. He's currently in overall 33rd position. Like, that's really hard. 33rd, yeah. Blood of Thor. It does go lap 1, so the document's there, but the timing overview isn't on. Let's see if this helps a bit. Yeah, look at that. P16 in class, GT3 Frank Thompson. He's actually the he's the rear end of the field until he puts up a lap time. That's the DSR Dream Team car, right, Neil?
Which one, sorry?
The one on stream, the one with Frank Thompson.
MSP.
Is that an
MSP
Oh,
Racing 44.
then they're gray and blue, both of them. Yeah, of course they are. Yeah, this is the
44 and
one with
48 for MSP.
yeah, on the nose it has the Danish the heraldry, the Reichs heraldry or something like that. What is it?
But the Lions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3 lions and 9 hearts. I don't know who has that.
I imagine putting the.
You weird person, you need to see a doctor. You have 3 lions and 9 hearts. You need surgery, buddy.
Well, you have seen the comic with all the Scandinavian heraldry lions on it, haven't you?
No. Is there a possibility for you to find that and show us?
Yeah. Which one is it? From Scandinavia in the world, and essentially it's got it shows that Norway, Sweden, and Denmark all have lions. You know, Denmark's got the blue lions with the hearts. Sweden's got 2 pompous lions. Norway's got a dancing lion. Then for Finland, it's just one with it's a lion with a sword through its head. I don't know.
That's actually pretty amusing.
That reminds me of the who's the rap band with the skull with the microphone in the mouth?
Kennedy Club? I don't know.
Naughty by Nature is the ones. Is it NWA?
There you go, Peter. There's the comic with the lions.
You can put it on your screen, and then down at the bottom in the view thing, you go present screen. And then, like, if you show it full screen, it'll actually get on the stream.
Present now. My screen.
Yeah. And then I think you need to say something.
Choose what I'd like to show. Yeah. There you go. There's Denmark with the 3 horny blue lions, Sweden with the pompous lions, Norway with the dancing one, and then Finland with the one with the sword through his head.
Oh my god.
There you go. That's entirely true as well. It's like, I don't know why the Finnish coat of arms has a sword through its head.
Because of reasons, mate.
Because of reasons.
Yeah. I can't, like, I don't have a numpad on this computer, so I can't turn the camera.
Oh no.
I don't know what button to press to. Like, I wanted to rotate the camera around the car so we could get a bit of this AMG GT car, because it's the only one in the race. But I can, however, make you go on board with the car.
Oh yes, please.
And this is, of course, the largest naturally aspirated V8 in the race. And now we parked. Now we parked it. It did. You did. You said so yourself. I have this information. You are the source of this information.
It's in my book. It's over there. I need to go get the book.
Okay then. This is one of the GT3 Corvettes. I think this is the 177. If I'm I can't see the number.
There we go. Good. Do I have cars added? That is a question.
Sorry about the choppiness, but this laptop really isn't, like, it isn't, strictly speaking, it's not really up to par on this. Like, not at all.
That's the GT cars. They have one.
That's the 188.
GT3 cars. Here we go. So the Audi doesn't have the biggest engine.
It says watch out on the rear of this car.
The Audi doesn't have the biggest engine.
You know how they, like, this, the back end of this car is from like the cars when they transport big and heavy stuff. Yeah, it says Passepartout, so watch out. And then down on the right side below the lights, it says the rear end will swing out.
Yeah, back in the swinger ut.
Oh my god.
Biggest engine in the race belongs to the... Well, the biggest engine out of all the GT3s belongs to the Mercedes.
Yeah, that was what I said. Would you say the GT Corvette, the GT Corvette is bigger? That's a big engine.
The GT Corvette, let's have a look. The Corvette is a 5.5 litre.
Can I have that with cereal, please? 5.5 liters of milk with cereal. That's a grown-up man's breakfast.
The GT3 Corvette is 6.2 and the GT3 Mercedes is 6.3. Yes. What's the smallest engine out of the GT3s actually?
That's nice. I haven't seen the skin of the team Bernie Racing. That's actually... Well, I like it. It's simple yet fascinating.
It actually looks pretty cool with the green colors in the front when it actually drives on the straight.
I like the rear end with the checkered thing as well.
Yeah, great design.
Danish flags on the wing mirrors.
Great stuff.
Varför skulle man ha den danska flaggan på bilen?
That's actually a pretty good Swedish from a Swedish guy.
We need to do more of that. We need to have like random Swedish comments. Can we record some of that stuff and then use it as the alert sounds when someone's following?
That was funny, just...
And we need to have like if you could do like a drunk Swedish guy, that would be perfect. that has like, for people who know, that has a certain history with the event as well. Drunken Swedish people. I mean,
theoretically, it seems I learned Swedish in Bund. I think I should have a bit of a Skåne accent when I speak Swedish. So, you know, that makes it slightly easier for the Danish people to understand me.
I'm sorry, you have to say, I completely missed that. I didn't understand a thing. Oh, okay. Yeah, like, the spare parts division of Corvette is going to have a very, very busy weekend next weekend.
We're going to have a lovely weekend.
Yeah. There's like a Corvette in front of a Corvette, in front of a Corvette, in front of a Corvette, in front of a Corvette.
But it's quite nice to see a Mercedes there, driven by Michael Oster.
Yeah.
That is the one with the absolute biggest engine. Obviously, yes, they just
I'll go back.
size.
I'll go back and find him, if it'll.
28th overall at the moment.
I was on my way. like the nose of that car does look like it needs 2 time zones anyway. The front of it arrives half an hour earlier than the rest of the car.
It's got a 6.3 litre V8 naturally aspirated engine. Lovely, isn't it?
Ew.
Is it the heaviest of the GT3? It's not quite actually. It's the joint third heaviest of the GT3 cars.
I think it's also, like, if I remember correctly, it's the thirstiest of all the GT3 cars as well. It has like the largest fuel tank because it just goes through gasoline like there was a hole in the tank.
I'm not surprised with an engine that size.
Craig says he's streaming from his rig, so let's check out his view.
Yes, please.
Yeah, would you look at that?
Disgusting, isn't it? Disgustingly wonderful.
Actually looks pretty insane, to be honest.
Yeah, I know how
What?
much. Like I know how much better it feels with just VR alone. Like that's a huge improvement. But then think about VR with all the motion. Like you can feel exactly what the car's doing underneath you.
Now, how does the physics actually get translated from in-game to the rig?
Sim vibe, I think.
SimWide.
Ah,
So that it
Okay.
picks up from the dampers, the damper positions as well.
ah.
You can use the same for butt kickers as well. So you can make those resemble some kind of modulated frequency of the suspension on the car. But it does look crazy.
Yeah, it looks wonderful. It really does.
Can we do a should we do a commercial break and get back to more racing?
I suppose so.
Yeah. We'll be right back after this.
Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails, and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
And we're back. Sorry,
Oh, there we
Neil,
go.
you were saying what?
Yes, as part of this big black book, I've got all my notes in it. You know, I like to draw track maps in it as well. You know, just to help, you know, get some of the tracks, like particularly for the Nürburgring, for example, that we did earlier in the year. Obviously, there's lots of corners there, so you have to. My drawing of Le Mans didn't go as well as I planned it to. Hang on. Let's see. You can see it right there.
Yeah, but what's with the corner names?
Yes, for the corner name. Well, everyone knows most of the corner names, but it's for the ones that are not as well known. Like the names of all the actual corners in the Porsche curves, for example. Everyone knows that they're the Porsche curves, but obviously the actual corners got names as well. They're remembering which one is Corvette and which one is Maison Blanche on the run between the Porsche curves and the Ford chicanes. Never get those two right, so I've got them down as well. Yes, my drawing didn't go as well for Le Mans as I wanted it to.
Well, it does look like you recognize the track, so no problem.
Only because I told you it was Le Mans.
No. I recognize it right away.
Yes, I've got to perhaps more track facts and perhaps.
Do we have anyone battling on track, like really close? No, not really. We've got some of the LMP2 cars chasing each other down, and we haven't seen a lot of LMP2 this evening, so here's the IRDK car that I was talking about.
Yeah.
It's the Golf livery colors, but interpreted differently. I like they came up with a like more accentuated way with the IRDK logos. Looks much better than it did last year. There were two of them fighting just a few moments ago. There's another one of the teammates of the IRDK. And another one. Is this the guy following? Yes. This is the guy following the other guy. So let's go on board. Because the other guy is just up there ahead. This is Marcelo Mayo. I don't remember from last year because I was kind of in a weird place, like being awake for the 72nd hour or something like that. Do you remember what team Marcelo Mayo drove with last year? Was that the IRDK team as well?
Not entirely. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was part of the IRDK I really don't know team last year, and they did actually pretty well. It was a pretty fast team. I think they're actually there with the same team this year, same drivers. Yeah, I presume.
And
They had some good battles together with ProSim. What was the other team? Yeah, don't remember it. It's too far away now. My focus is on 2019.
Yeah, it's a year ago, John. It's
Yeah,
a year ago.
Not entirely, but nearly. Yeah. And we've been very busy this year, so yeah, to be honest, there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes which we can't speak about, but yeah. But this year is gonna be great for the many teams participating, and also the broadcast as well is also gonna look awesome. And yeah, there's so many great things coming our way, so I'm really looking forward to this show, as well as especially meet and greet all the different teams and the drivers and stuff like that, and also all the guests arriving there to make sure that they have a great time there. Yeah, there's a lot of good entertainment there, so yeah, that's pretty much it.
I want to check if it's like I was just fixing this yesterday. But yeah, if you visit the website right now, it'll pull the Twitch. Since we're live on Twitch, it'll pull the Twitch live stream right up on the web page at the very top. So it's going to be like that at the event as well. So whenever we're live, it's going to be on the website. Yeah, you were talking about making the countdown on the live stream here, countdown to the start of the event as well. And I think from this particular view, I removed that. So I have to pick that up from somewhere, some other scene. Anyway, hypercars. I think this one, the Scanview 79, is the car that sort of livery-wise it really stands out, because it's just like almost self-illuminating. And those are the guys bringing the very much talked about right now, the sim rig from HM Engineering as well. And those guys have been messing.
Right.
Yeah, they've been messing around with putting red LED lights all around the rig to make all the PVC like glow in the night.
That's going to look really good.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing that that rig solution and how it works.
Oh, I like that rear wing view.
Yeah, you'd think that if you look back from onboard a center, you wouldn't be able to see anything else but a rear wing, but
I really like that rearward view.
it doesn't look that big now, does it? Yeah, there'll be sound in the pit area as well, and there'll be like not a big screen thing, but There'll be a showing of the live stream in the pit area as well.
You know, I was just thinking about, you know, how you said earlier about getting recording Swedish things. Recording Swedish things from me. It just came across me that academically I'm actually better qualified in Swedish than I am in English.
That's pretty funny.
I think that is true. Yeah. I think academically I'm officially better at Swedish than I am in English. So yeah, it'll be fine. English is my second language.
That's awesome.
That's nice. The inside of that hypercar looks really good as well. Almost looks like a road car. Well, I suppose it is.
I'm wondering why it isn't playing Scooter. Hyper! It should play that all the time. It's a hypercar, so why not? Hyper!
I quite like how on either side of the dashboard it's got what looks like AC vents pointed at the driver.
I think it is.
Is AC vents?
I think it is.
It's just like how you get in a normal car. It's fine though in a race car as well.
Seems like the Scanview car had some pretty amazing speed into that car. Going through the 40 king to the start-finish line.
It is moving at a very rapid pace, yes.
I don't know who we have in the car. Is that Rudy or is it Eddie?
I don't know. They are the Scanview car. Sorry,
is on the 6th position right now.
Yeah, I'm under the. I was in the GTE odds section.
Looking at the list right now, we have Borgia Milan on the position 1 with a 387 milliseconds.
They're in. The driver in the car right now is in P6, but if they win the race, it's 20 times the money back.
And second fastest is Prosim Paulinegor, who made a 321 as well. Closely followed by Jeremy Bolo, something. And one movie sport, Matthew de Krop on 4th position. Marty Pitel, I think he's from BRS Wanda, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Finnish guy, right? Yeah, he's from Finland. And the 6th position is Scanview.
He's not on track anymore.
Oh, okay. Followed by Scanview on position 6, followed by position 7, Mr. Hyde. That's Craig Hyde from the ProSim team. So that was pretty much the lineup right now.
That black and white ProSim livery looks pretty good as well, if I might say so.
It's actually with pink glowing in it. It's pink.
Oh, so there's pink metallic flakes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see just a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the color fits perfectly, Pau. You know, very girly.
Yeah, it's so girly, isn't it?
Exactly. I know he's gonna kill me for that, but that's pretty much fun. But still, it's very interesting with the timing right now. Marty just managed to overtake the Rudy Cotton car. The Scanview 79 is now overtaking the position on position 6 now, and Marty is on position 5 now, doing a 3:23. So pretty awesome. Getting better and better. Going to the Orica LMP2 car right now, we have DTTR Sperl, I don't know, Miguel Dubois in position 1 for the LMP2 team. Closely followed by Marcelo Mayo and Kim Wedel Østerby and Wolfmaster Deluxe. I don't know who he is. Is he? I don't know. Some kind of team. The
If you can
fastest
take it,
TT.
if you can take it away for a few minutes, I'll look into why the timing tower only wants to show the hypercars.
Hit the timing tower with a hammer.
Yeah.
Hammers fix everything. Know this by now. Scientific fact that hammers fix everything. Yes, just 5 days, 20 hours, 32 minutes and 40 seconds until something happens.
Hopefully.
Will that be practice? Maybe. Until something happens. Who knows what that's going to be? I think it's still first official practice on the Thursday.
I can't remember what time it's counting down to exactly.
No, it's 6 days. 6 days is...
It's eight.
Thursday.
Yeah, it's Thursday, 8 o'clock, right?
No. It's 20 hours. It's Thursday at 7.
Ah. I think it should be 8 o'clock.
It should be 8 o'clock. No, it's fine. We can just start practicing from 7 if they're there. It's fine.
Yeah, well, we kind of figured out that if 46 teams have to unload their equipment one car at a time in 60 minutes, then they would have less than 2 minutes for each car, which would be impossible.
Yes.
So that's why the timing for the first practice session should be 8 o'clock now.
And of course, those who drive in the middle of the night have got to do a little bit of groundhog day in the middle of the night as well. We'll be driving from 1 to 1:59 to 1 again, then 2.
Yeah, that was all morning, something in the morning times.
Yes. Yeah, because it's going to winter time again that weekend, so...
So the car says number 8 in the front of the windshield, and then it says that we're watching a completely different car because this is changed. Yes, it's changed to the wrong car. Okay, that's right. That was a bit of a mishap there. There we go. Right car for the right job. It's because I had to edit a little bit more. This will be highly annoying, but
Oh no, don't.
it'll be worth it.
Yeah, it's bound to be.
In the end, it'll be worth it. Ta-da! Right car. That's a trailing hypercar, right? Yeah, it is. Ahead of him is VRS Coenda driver Jon Jens. Scanview number 79, driven by Mysterious. Oh, let's have a battle here. Let's go on board. Get the full effect. Here we go.
There we go. Oh, 220 kilometers an hour through Tete Rouge. That's not bad at all.
330, 345, 43.
That's an overtake from Borgio Milan towards the VRS Quanta team on Marti PLG.
343 in the draft.
Twitchy.
That's incredible.
Pretty on the turn in. And he's leaving the guy behind like... Oh, he's actually pulling back in now. He's wheeling it back in now.
Yeah, that massive amount of
He's
draft
not letting
that you
go.
get.
So he picked a little bit of a tighter line on the entry and then got a worse exit.
Yeah.
But he's still in the draft behind.
With the fields of all the hypercars this year, I can imagine the competition as what we are seeing right now is going to have this kind of close pace racing all the time. It's going to be amazing for the viewers and the spectators of the show to see this.
Yeah, this is not amazing. This is my laptop halfway giving up. Look at that, he is coming back.
Yes, that massive amount of draft. 345.
Ooh, slide.
347 coming down to Indianapolis. Jeez.
Imagine how much the pressure would be on the drivers to actually keep that car on the track during the 24-hour racing, and the competition is just going to be massive.
But once you follow something that close coming through the Porsche cars, if you just did, dirty air is horrific. Understeering everywhere, it's turning like the Titanic.
I figured it out. Somehow, some way, the timing tower thinks there's 5 classes racing right now. That's the reason why. Then the animation gets stopped because it doesn't, like the switching between the classes doesn't support switching between 5 classes. So now only to fix this, I only need to know why it thinks there's 5 classes. I can do a quick fix here for you guys to make it work. Because I'll just tell it that if number of classes is higher than 4, then number of classes just needs to be 4. And that fixes it for now, but it doesn't locate the problem.
I just kind of like wanted to also draw some kind of attention to the battle between the B3211 car and the VS Quanda 8 car.
Overall positions, John, where's that in the field?
The fastest driving car right now is actually driven by Borja Milan, who's also in the B32. And
yeah, overall position in the timing right now, where's that?
That's Borja Milan on the first position is in the hypercar.
Oh, okay.
And Matthew Ducrop is in the 4th position. What is very, how can you say, great to see is that VS Quanda is actually a winner of a lot of world championship in the iRacing series. And they're actually getting their ass kicked by B32 right now on the track. So that's pretty interesting right now. That's actually opened the entire race for the show. Shows just the level of drivers there, the level of teams, and why GTR 24S EEWC, the Endurance E-Racing World Champion, is such a great race where you have all the best of the best attending the show, basically. So there's no easy going into the show and winning this stuff. Yeah, you can just watch it now. It's amazing driving right now. What we're seeing right now. So what's your thought about that, Neil? We have VS Quanda, who's won so many world championships in iRacing, and we're actually watching teams participating at the show which are not that known.
There we go. Timing tower is fixed. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
You're actually kind of interrupting today, Peter. Anyhow, but what's your thought about that, Neil?
Yeah, I think it's probably because the EEWC is... Well, there's nothing like it at the moment, is there? Like a massive...
No, it's not.
LAN event like this, so a lot of teams, of course, will want to...
And you hardly get any sleep during the show as well, so it is a pretty demanding race right now, and that means that you might do well on online races and stuff like that, where you can just shut down the PC and close it down and come back 4 or 6 hours later to do your stint. But the thing is, at the show, you hardly never sleep. So basically, your concentration is always, actually always needs to be on top, as well with the tiredness and the amount of happenings around you and what is actually going on in the event. It's just maybe sometimes too much, actually. So it can be hard to concentrate as well. So I would say this might be the most demanding 24-hour race in the world, to be honest, for especially e-racing, sim racing right now.
And you spoke about these, these Danish teams. For example, B32, I don't think they compete in anything else.
No.
I think it is only GTR and the various GTR events that they actually participate in. The same goes for Nigolf Racing, for example. Who are fielding 2 cars, I think. That's like Danish drivers who haven't really been in major e-racing championships.
No, but this team, the B3211 car, is basically Matthew Ducrop, Righty Munk, and Borja Milan. Yeah, and they are very well-known drivers in the community, so they have the pace, and they're really killing it right now. So very good pace right now from them. And
Matthew's
yeah,
on a monster lap right now.
yeah, he is.
So
So
it's Mark Racing, not Igor. Alright, there we go. But it's Mark Racing. Do I get that right for next week? But there's an Igor Racing as well. There's both.
But look at the LMP2 class as well. 3 seconds in lap time from the fastest car to the slowest. There's a GGTL car as well with Chris Johansson at the wheel now. He's only 0.018 behind the fastest GTE car. It looks much more spread out in the GT3 class. That's 7.5 seconds from the leader to the rear of the field. And so far, the closest class is definitely the LMP2 class.
Yeah. Of course, the LMP, well, the two prototype classes, if you will, Hypercar and LMP2, are both spec classes.
Yeah.
So, you know, with them, there aren't that many particular strengths and weaknesses, differences between the car. It will only be set up perhaps the amount of wing that they've got on. When you compare that with the GT cars, obviously there's 4 cars you can choose from for a GTE and 10 for a GT3. So that makes it a lot more interesting because all these cars have different strengths and weaknesses.
Yeah, but then again, the GT3 cars is almost only McLaren 720s and Callaway Corvettes.
Yeah.
And then one AMG GT.
Yes, one.
The number 199 Nygaard team messing it up in Sector 1. That's right, we have a local yellow in Sector 1 right now. That's a new livery for the DGTL car. It used to just represent the Danish Grand Touring League, which was a primarily R-Factor 2 league that actually the original GTR 24H events sort of sprung out of. Don't know how you say that. This year they're sponsored by one of the drivers' very own IT company, Iterator. Is he improving right now? Does it look like a better lap time?
Whom?
Chris Dunst,
Chris
Johansson. I'll put up the timing. Ooh, 3 hours. It'll be rainy, rainy, rain.
At the moment, that Sector 1, no, it doesn't look like it's going any faster at the moment.
Yeah, but Michael B. Peterson ahead of him is the ID Sim Sport number 166 car, right?
Yes.
He's not on track at the moment.
Yeah, Michael B. Peterson, the 166, yeah.
Kenneth Jensen joining the server as well. He's just sitting in there. Rasmus Andreas in the Porsche is just setting times. He's just done times for first. He's just done times for first and second sector, which of course is personal best times. So it's all green.
That's the 75 Nemark racing car that Rasmus Andreassen's driving.
He's actually also helping Burst Esport as a social media manager for those guys as well.
Ah.
But as you can clearly see, he's a driver as well.
Not doing much of that at the moment.
I like the pearl flake in the purple color there on the front. That looks awesome. Did he cut track? Yeah, he did. He cut. No, he went in P3 in class, 15 overall. He did a 350.932. Yeah, the DG. Yeah, that's Thomas Bay here in the YouTube chat says the quickest laps of the GT3s is a qualifying lap. Yeah, definitely. But there are teams that we've seen do 355s multiple times in a row, like not just on a quali lap. And we've seen GT3 cars do 353s. I think, John, isn't the quickest GT3 lap a 353 something?
Yeah, something like that. Very close to. This is what I've seen as well.
Which is quite scary.
Yeah.
Yes, scary is the correct term for that lap time, yes.
I have no idea how they do that. Like a 356 is something I can pull off like regularly with a good race setup. Especially with the Corvette, since it's so forgiving, like if it starts to step out a bit, like since the torque just pulls it along. That's actually Dennis Martin if he's coming up on a good lap time now. He's crossing the finish line right now. That was no improvement. But behind him, Dennis Martin had a cut track on his last lap since it didn't register a time. Quickest right now is MSB Gelche, third place in GT3.
Gelfe? Yes.
Gelche.
Gelche.
Yeah.
Danish pronunciations.
Like if people didn't believe that the slower GTE cars would really cause problems with the GT3s, I think if you look at these lap times, like that's the proof that that certainly would have happened if we hadn't changed the cars. Chris Johansson just took pole in GT. And that's actually, I think, wrong because it's messed up the names now in my timing here. I need to do a refresh.
hit it with a hammer?
No, it's yeah, he did jump places, but it doesn't update from the driver's spreadsheet data yet, because there's no data in that spreadsheet. There will be at the event, of course, once we're sure that the team names are correct and the driver names are correct. Rasmus Andreasen gave up his six lap. Oh, I think that was a 3-lap stint. So might have ended up wrong for him as well. Actually, Team Bernie Racing is being chased down right now by MSB Gelsø. We can go back and see what if we can look out the rear, you see what the we can't see him yet, but he is just behind. Oh, I think he went in, yeah, he went into the pits. Okay, he pressed escape. Sad. Like even the inside of the more factory spec GT3 cars have changed so much over time. Like if you compare the Formula car type steering wheel now with like just 10 years ago, the GT wheels had like 2 buttons on them and it was a full normal car steering wheel. .282 between the 2 chicanes in the slowest class in the race. That's still mighty fast. Yeah, Linus, I know we wanted to show LMP2 cars, but currently there's no LMP2 cars on track driving around actually, so that would be a bit boring to look at them parked in the garage. You can always check timing.dtr24h.org. All the cars on track will be listed with white text. All the cars parked in the pits will be listed with a sort of lighter gray. Best last lap in class will be outlined in purple. Personal best lap times is if his last lap time was personal best, will be lit up in green. Personal best sectors will be lit up in green as well. Class best sectors will be lit up in purple. So most laps on the server right now, I think, is actually some of the LMP2 cars. We have Mikkel Dubar here doing 52 laps on the server tonight, which is the record. Still 26 cars on the server. Yay, a couple of Bernie cars chasing each other down. Get some onboard action footage here. So the teammates chasing each other down. This could end in tears.
What could possibly go wrong?
What could possibly go wrong here?
course, last weekend we were particularly well in the Bathurst 1000. When teammates decided to take each other out. Down at the Chase, actually.
He released the throttle, didn't want to go past, but
Yeah.
I think he should have. Oh, now they're all the way up 283. That was fast. It's the NASCAR style bump draft now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's fine. Just do it along the run to Indianapolis, then get it horrifically wrong at the turning.
And actually on turn-in there, when he was braking, it actually sounded like he was, at the end before the braking zone, he was still giving full throttle, but then like feathering the brake in just to gain a little bit of distance.
Yeah.
And there he does it again.
Yeah.
It's not the best for economy, but
Oh.
yeah, it seems to be a good way to stay out of trouble. It's been nice all the way around the lap, and now it's time to stick it to him at the entrance of the Porsche curves. Just send it inside. No. Ooh, whoa. But he didn't lift. Oh, that was a lap on
That was a
board
lap,
with the
yes.
with the Bernie Racing cars.
Oh, good.
Twin V8s.
Yes.
Now to something completely different. The screaming of the 10,000 RPM Porsche Flat 6 Turbo. Insanity on four wheels. Mechanical insanity. So even though they moved the engine forward and tried to like make everyone believe that it's a mid-engine car now,
Yeah.
Does it not still have the gearbox in front of the engine? Or did they change that? Because it used to be that the Porsches have like an exceptional level of gearbox noise inside the car. Because like when you were sitting in the car, you could actually reach your hand back from the driver's seat and touch the cover of the gearbox. Like right beneath that, just behind your seat, would be the plate covering the firewall with the gearbox right behind it. That's also how they kept the wheelbase of the car as short as it is, because it's really short. That of course gives it excellent turning abilities, like it reacts really quickly once you turn the steering wheel, but it does make the car feel a bit twitchy as well.
Yeah.
Oh, windscreen wipers on. Is that? No, it is raining. It started. Well, with that news, let's go to an ad break. See you right after this.
Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails, and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
We're back. Don't worry. I'll show you the DGTS car. I'll show you. It's currently in 22nd place overall. Parked in the garage. Yeah, and that's no fun. So let's not watch that. Roy McDuff. Just joined the server in the Haida LMP2 car. Just as it started raining. It's a very, very slight drizzle right now. It's I don't even think it's enough to make the track wet at all. But it will, of course, cool down the track a bit. So the track surface is going to be a lot cooler now. Let's go and see. Let's go and see what the ProSim guys are doing. Is Craig still streaming? Oh, he's not in the rig right now. He is streaming, but he's not in the rig. Is Craig still streaming? Okay, he's streaming our sound as well, so. He is streaming, but he's not in the rig. And we did, of course, during the last commercial break, we lost Neil, who had to pack it in for the night. John, are you still with us? I think we've lost John as well. We have a crash from Frank Thompson somewhere on track. Or he might have just slowed down and parked in some kind of strange place on track, triggering a local yellow. You can clearly see now that the cars are starting to become more and more twitchy. Chris Johansson looks like he's putting up a nice lap in the GTE class right now. He's back down to P2 in class, was the leader for quite some time. I think he's picking up pace right now, but the leader right now is actually the car that we were following. That was Rasmus Andreasen, and the last lap he did was actually his fastest lap. The rain's actually picking up. Let's look at the weather radar and see what's really going on here. Yeah, it's this massive lump of clouds here that's moving in now. So it doesn't look like it might stop raining for just 3 to 5 minutes in various periods. But right now it does look like it's gonna pour down for the next 9 hours. It's going to be one shower after another.
We don't hope we have too much rain on the Le Mans event.
Well, like we were talking about earlier, John, Neil and I were talking earlier before you came. If you look at the precipitation stats for Le Mans, it's actually pretty flat during the entire year. And the average downpour in October is actually it's less than 10 millimeters more for the whole month than June. June is actually a quite wet month at Le Mans. The driest period is late July, early August.
Okay.
And then January as well is quite dry as well. So
that's pretty amazing, actually.
Yeah, October and June is not that different.
No.
But then again, it's pretty flat for Le Mans all year round, so it rains nearly the same amount every month. So yeah, the amount of downpour should be pretty much the same as it would have been in June. It's only the temperature that's on average 7 degrees lower, which is why we put in the modifier to run it 7 degrees higher than real life temperature.
Yeah. Makes sense.
And this, of course, also makes it interesting because you can start to guess now at the weather. So you can start getting the long forecasts now, which says that next weekend is going to be all dry.
That's at least something for the teams, less preparation, but can you really count on it? No, not entirely.
Not entirely.
It's gonna be interesting for the teams, but I imagine that there will be a lot of practicing to do, especially nighttime and daytime and rain as well. So it's gonna be, I'm just happy I'm not driving this time around. With the competition there, it's just gonna be one race of legendary, I guess. So yeah, there's so many good teams this year. So it's gonna be great, and some very experienced teams who has been doing a lot of GTR 24H events. So yeah.
Yeah. It's actually Wednesday next week is actually going to be a very, very nice day at Le Mans. High sun and 21 degrees. So nearly, that's almost summer.
That's excellent. Yeah, and that's actually the day we're gonna meet up and start setting up stuff at the show, Peter. So,
yeah, the day
it's
after,
so close.
The day after that again is 19 degrees. So actually a very nice late autumn day as well.
Yeah.
But next weekend, Thursday looks like 30% chance of rain Thursday, and then 0% chance of rain Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. 16 degrees daytime, 12 degrees night.
What I'm actually looking most forward to is actually the nighttime racing. It's gonna be awesome watching the hypercars and stuff like that into the cockpits and see how they're blazing through the nights. And yeah, it must be pretty scary for a GT3 driver seeing that car coming from behind, and if they don't have a good enough pit crew, it's gonna be interesting.
I don't know, John, for some reason you muted your mic in Google Meet again, so it'll never change to your image.
About now?
Yes,
Is it better now?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. For both you and I, Peter, and Pau as well, we have huge amount of work to do towards the event right now. We are just so happy about the Danske Spil betting stuff going through tonight, because if it has been like next week, we will have any time to react on it. So right now it's just great for the teams, and it's just show that e-sport, e-racing is gonna be something who's gonna be way better for the future, and also especially for the teams who's gonna have a lot of great stuff coming their way.
I think
Sponsors.
John Jens from Coendas is really trying to improve his lap time as much as he can right now before it really starts raining. But there's still like it's showing a dry line on track right now, but I think that's going to disappear. It says 24% track wetness offline and still 0% on the line. So you're really like the corridor for driving right now. The perfect lap is like very, very narrow.
I think that it's kind of like if I were VRS Quanda right now and seeing my lap times being like something like 2 to 3 seconds slower, I will actually walk to my pit and ask it what to do with the guys. Is this the wrong setup? Is it something like that? I don't know. I would maybe go in a little bit panic.
You don't know if they're sandbagging, John.
Yeah, that's right. But that's a good question, actually. I don't think there are, actually. Because
you never know. You never know.
we're gonna see that at the show. But there's some pretty amazing times here, lap times from the different hypercar teams right now.
You know what? This car on screen right now, the DGTS LMP2 car with a very, very bright yellow. Actually, it reminds me of a conversation I had last night with Magnus Berggren from the DMD SimSport team. He said that the reason why their car is this screaming pink color is actually to make it more visible at nighttime, so it'll show up brighter. Like when you see this car from behind, it has like this huge, shiny, like almost self-illuminating yellow bubble on top of it.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a pretty good tactic. Like, it does seem like something that would actually be wise to do, like paint your car in.
There's actually no question about you would actually see that GTS LMP2 car at night for sure, with that yellow colors on that car. It would be like screaming on when you get light on the car. It would be amazing looking. Yeah. So yeah, it seems there's some spots on the track which is dry, right? Some other places
does seem to be raining the most down at the Mulsanne corner and coming up towards exactly here the Porsche curves. Like after the start-finish line, it's still not raining that much.
No. That's interesting. Are we gonna have an overtake in the Porsche curves? Wow, that's pretty cool. I think we're watching Jordi Shivers trying to overtake the Scanview 79 car. Oh, he actually did that pretty well, actually. That was pretty cool. Or is it? No, I didn't know.
I'll try and pick those guys up.
I think they're battling quite a lot, actually, right now.
I'll pick them up on the other computer here. Yeah, they're still at it.
Actually, Craig is driving. Craig is driving right now. We should jump back to his stream right now. He's actually driving now.
Yeah, let's put him on. Actually, Craig is driving. Oh, we're getting audio feedback from. I have to turn him down now, or mute his onboard sound. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You can actually watch the rain on the side windows, and
yeah, it's running off the window. That's really nice.
He's really pulling it right now. You can actually watch him. Yeah, he's using a lot of power to drive that. It's an amazing setup, though. Actually, I haven't tried the hypercar with VR yet, but it looks pretty cool in the roof. You have all the stuff like the tank and lap split times and stuff like that. The temperature, all temperature and stuff like that. That's pretty cool.
That's a custom overlay.
Is that a custom overlay? Okay,
yes,
I didn't know that. It's pretty cool though.
The a lot of different hood views is actually they're actually downloadable from the Steam workshop.
Oh, okay.
So this is one of the downloadable ones.
Yeah, it's an amazing setup he has. What would the cost be of that one? That's a good question. It's not cheap.
Probably not cheap, no.
Oh. So, but for the new viewers here, if you're really into sim racing, of course, what we're seeing here at Craig's it's pretty extreme. And of course you can have less than that and still have a good run at our show. So we still have, actually, didn't we see teams having Logitech G25 last year as well?
Yeah, I think the last team with those was gone last year. That was the last guys driving with that wheel. It's I think 29s are still there. There might be some guys still running the Logitech G29, so they're called. Is it now 920? The G920.
Yeah, and there's also a lot of Trustmaster TS PC racers and Fanatec stuff as well. And now we're seeing most of the bigger teams are now investing in direct drive systems and stuff like that. So, yeah, well, I expect we're gonna see some few upgrades here and there during the show this year. People spending more money.
Don't worry about it. That's the live stream for Thursday night. It's going to be a lot of walkarounds in the arena to look at the various sim rigs and get some interviews with people.
Teams.
Yeah.
It's going to be entertaining. Are we going to see Jess there doing that? That will also be pretty cool, actually. So, yeah. So, Jess, you are in for a run. You have to do a lot of interviews with no voice on Friday because of all the interviews. A lot of talking to her.
We'll see.
Let's see. Oh, yeah. We actually have a comfy sofa for you, Jess, where you can do all your interviews. And we're going to put it up for you so you have your own exclusive room for that. So, our space, rather.
The comfy little interview area.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
with an overview of
the car. Ouch.
Yeah, we actually set pretty well-positioned place where you can actually have an overview of the entire event. With all the sim rigs and when you speak with the different teams and stuff like that. So I hope there will be a lot of teams out there who wants to give an interview and stuff like that, because I think Jess could give you a few good clues on how you can get sponsors and stuff like that, or what to do and
just
how to behave.
Those on screen is just a little replay of the Scanview car, showing how dangerous the track and treacherous it is right now. Soon as you get one wheel outside the racing line, it's now 41% wetness, which I don't really know how to interpret that in actual like tarmac wetness, but it is like the line is 0% wet, so that's very thin now, very narrow space. You can see the Scanview car is almost on the line now. As soon as he sets one set of wheels outside the line, it will start throwing up spray, and you'll see the dry line of the tires on the tarmac. But if you brake with one set of tires outside that line, it's most likely going to lock up the tires on that side of the car, because they completely lose grip compared to the other tires that are inside the racing line, and that'll just drag the car sideways slowly. So you really have to, if you're not 100% sure you're on the racing line, you really have to balance the car now during braking.
It also kind of like looked like the still teams who's fighting where they're set up in condition of wetness, especially right now with the track. A little bit slippery for them, but I think that.
But this, John, it's not
nothing.
Wet. It's not wet. It's not dry. It's nothing right now. These conditions are the absolute worst conditions that you could face. It's totally unpredictable. It's very hard to see the racing line. And if you're in the line, you have the grip of a dry track. If you're outside the line, it's very wet.
Yeah.
Like the conditions here, when it starts to rain, and it's not really raining properly, but just a slight drizzle. It's very tough conditions to race. Like if it's 100% wet, and the entire track is wet, and the racing line is almost gone, then it's the same grip all over the track. Like no matter where you place the car, then it's actually quite easy to drive during the wet. But right now, there's such a difference in grip from the racing line to outside the racing line. Like it's even becoming very hard to overtake cars from the slower classes right now. It's so dangerous. It's a real challenge.
Yeah. I think the worst part was actually could happen for the teams will be really rainy weather during the night. It's not fun to drive. I tried that in 2017.
Jordi Sivers putting up a very fast sector 1 time, but I think he lost it a little bit on the exit there. Yeah, he's actually just done his personal best Sector 1 time.
That's nice.
It's still 2 seconds slower than the fastest Sector 1 time. At least that's what our Factor 2 timing says right now. He is currently the fastest hypercar on track. And actually right now all the hypercars are on track right now. So 6 hypercars lapping around the track right now. Down in GTE, it is still Rasmus Andreasen who's... Oh, sorry, let's switch to this duo. This is again the Scanview car. And is that, yeah, that's Pau Linegaard behind him. Tell you what, that 79 Scanview car is looking like it's in a lot of trouble right now. That's the second hypercar that's overtaking it. Let's go down and check out the GTE cars. Rasmus Andreasen, who has the fastest time right now, is in the pits, and it's only Chris Johansson driving around track now. I think he's just taking the opportunity to get familiarized with these difficult conditions. And if you're in doubt of how to, I was taught some Fridays ago, I was taught how to distinguish the GT3 Corvette from the GTE Corvette. You can look at the rear wing, because the GTE Corvette has a more flat end plates on the rear wing. It's sort of a straight and level thing that just goes across. Whereas the GT3 Corvettes, the wings point down at the end plates. Now this is just what I talked about. It's a very dangerous situation for the hypercar here to try and go on the outside, even though he has the speed. It's the track's so much more wet on the outside that he won't have a chance to get past on the outside anymore as the hypercar peels off into pit lane. That's Rasmus Andreasen in the Porsche, parked in pit lane. Third of the GTEs is Michael B. Peterson in the ID Sim Sport. I think the GTE ID Sim Sport is number 166. We'll see as it passes by here. Can I see that? 166, yeah. Third in class, as we have a bit of a traffic jam here. Michael Peterson is actually being picked up by the GTL GTE car, which is in this 3-car pack with the hypercar. Right, he's getting the toe off the hypercar now. Ooh, straight in front into the braking zone. That's, yeah. It's hard to judge the distances when you see it straight from the front, but coming down to the corner, it actually looked okay, safe. Chris Johansson is right on the... okay, we've got Rasmus in the green room. I thought it wasn't my job to pick up these guys. We'll pick... Ah! No, not priority speaker. Sorry, Grand Talk Power. Come on. There we go. Good evening, Rasmus.
Good evening, boys. How are you?
I think we're good. How's the conditions on track right now?
I'm sitting in the pits, spectating. Because, well, I know from last year it's the most tricky conditions you can drive in.
Yeah, it's... I think the track we drove last year was a little bit easier to see the actual racing line on track when it was raining.
It was, yeah.
This is like, even on the live stream, when you get the height and the distance of the different TV cameras, it's still very, very hard to spot the racing line.
Yeah, it really is. And I remember during the race last year, it was completely dark when it started raining. And my first time I got in the car was actually when it started raining. So it was pretty tricky, to be honest.
It's not the most fun part, no. Tried it.
I loved it, to be honest.
I didn't. Not my
It's,
2017, no. No.
Oh yeah. So, but the rain conditions is where I really love to drive, because it's one of the race where the drivers really can make the difference and not the car itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also why you see a lot of real life racing.
Yeah.
It's not like in Formula 1 and Hockenheim. It's not a complete just Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull running away with it. You also see other drivers maybe go up to a high, Daniel Kvyat and the Toro Rosso get a podium, and etc. So, but the preparation for the Undercover Sim Racing GT car is going well. So we are ready. Take on the big guys.
We've got a lovely paint scheme on the car with the pearl flake in the purple colors and everything. It looks, I must say, it looks rather stunning.
Yes, it really does. It's actually the same livery we are running in the Virtual Endurance Championship. We decided to switch things up after years of partnership with Kaspersky Motorsport, and now it's past that time, so we decided to mix it up.
So we're seeing the DGTS LMP2 car on screen now, putting out a lot of steam now, because he's been parked in the pit lane, changing to either intermediates or wet weather tires, and forgetting to turn the engine off. So it was overheating badly.
Yeah, you won't finish the race if that's the case.
No.
Just a thought.
He gave up. He gave up as well, and went straight back into the pits.
Yeah. So, Rasmus, could you get in more detail about the preparation you guys have been doing towards the last month, towards the show? What kind of stuff you've been preparing up until the show? What's important for you guys to have in control, you can say, before going there?
Well, we have been fine-tuning the setup and really just focused on getting everyone comfortable in the car, because we have basically 3 different driving styles. So it's like endurance racing real life, all about compromise. Someone like more bitey front end, someone just understeering car in general. So it's just about finding the right balance. So we have got the setup right now. So it's just about getting seat time now and getting ready. So it's really just been all about getting team practicing together, discuss strategy, scenarios, race starts, whatever you can imagine, because we have to think every scenario through, because everything can happen. So it's really mostly about fine-tuning the setup, and we have found what we were looking for.
Yeah.
So, and the pace looks fine, to be honest. So it's not our car this year. It's me, Jonathan Provos, who drove it last year as well, and then we have a new guy called Renko Major, Dutch guy. So we are a fast team. But,
Yeah, we saw him being pretty fast. He was. I remember him from the Racing Room Challenge
yes,
race.
exactly. Yeah, he won that.
He was pretty good. He was pretty good.
He is pretty good. So yes, he has driven sim racing for a long time, but has been a bit out of the game a couple of years for big championships, driven by himself, a bit on and off. But we have managed to get him on board for this event, and I want to think he's fast, but he's a really good guy, really funny guy. So
yeah, that's important in a team as much as having fast guys, as having guys that you can, crack a joke with and
exactly
and have fun doing
the team spirit
doing
is
what
really,
you like. Yeah.
And the team spirit not only in the car I'm in, but the whole undercover sim racing team. Both cars, we have a really good spirit between each other, and that really shined through last year.
Yeah, and especially the thing about being able to maybe argue a bit with each other, maybe get a bit angry with each other. You want different things and stuff like that, and then crack a good joke, and everything's back to normal again. Like people that have a good vibe and are capable of having a serious debate when there's something that you don't agree on, and then being able to find a common ground by having good team spirit and cracking a good joke. That I find that is extremely important.
It is, and that's really what I love about this team, because that has been the thing I've been most impressed with from day one. I've been with the team for around 2 years now, and yeah, it's really what shines through. But besides, I'm driving for Undercover. I'm social media manager for Burst Esport, as you mentioned earlier in the stream. So I've been pretty busy, but I'm pretty much off duty for Burst during the event, because they are competing in the same class. So
yeah, okay.
So I have guys to take care of my job event.
Yeah,
you can say that.
So could you speak about some of the sponsors you have on your team this year? What have you guys been doing to draw the attention towards the sponsors and getting the backup into this show, and what kind of gear and stuff and whatever? Anything?
Well, we have it's mainly the same sponsors and partners that we have in the Virtual Endurance Championship, which is Abruzzi Racewear, as many people probably know. Then we have Racework.com, who's selling high-end sim racing products, pedals, float cell, and etc. Direct Drive, SimCube, they also sell. And then we have an endorsement with SimLab.
Yeah.
So we have a few partners. That's pretty much it. It's not much about sponsors we have been looking for, because people have been busy with day-to-day work, and yeah. So it's mainly the same sponsors as we have in Virtual Endurance Championship.
Yeah.
We have not done very much on the sponsorship front, but the main thing for me personally is it's not business side at the moment. It's just to be able to compete. Yeah, I would like to get a living off this at some point, but first of all, I need to prove my worth.
Yeah. Since you guys won last year, what kind of pressure do you guys feel on your body towards this event? And I expect you kind of like wanting to defend your positioning, especially a podium would be in reach for you guys. And I know that with the new coming teams and stuff like that, it's gonna be one of the wilder runs because of the hypercar field this year is just amazing, to be honest. We have VRS Quanta joining us from the iRacing environment, coming to this show. We have Musto, we have you guys, yeah, we have Hydra, yeah, we have ProSim, which also is a newcomer and might not be as good with the amount of drivers and stuff like that, but they have some fast drivers there as well, and unexpectedly they could maybe show something. The same goes for the Scanview guys. They have some really good guys there, Rudy and Eddie as well. So, yeah. So, what's your goal this year? Do you think you have the capabilities to actually defend your positioning, or the winner, or being the winner again, or what do you like to do this time around? Or are you satisfied with a podium or whatever?
Well, we're competing with two cars like last year. It was the LMP1 car who won.
Yeah.
Of course, the target is to defend the position, but I can't speak on their behalf because I'm not that much into their preparation, their car, how they're going forward with their setup, etc. But what I'm hearing there is, they're aiming for to be competitive, at least for, yeah. It will be the fun and for GTE. Last year we got P6 after actually overtaken by Chris Johansson on the last lap.
He's a known guy here, so yeah, he's pretty good actually. So,
I know,
yeah.
I was so pissed. I smashed my hand down in the table and yeah, so pissed.
That's what it's all about, you know, Rasmus. This is what this show is all about. It's about networking, having good fun, and you actually expect to win, and somebody just overtakes you in the last corner or stuff like that. That's life, you know. That's racing. That's what I enjoy the most about this show. It's especially not entirely the race, but the community itself, the drivers, the atmosphere, the happy faces out there who actually wants to see one another, and it's just a great event. It is.
It really is. So, but when you take into consideration the Porsche was a bit, fair to say, underpowered last year.
Yeah.
We were actually pretty happy with actually being that close to a top 5.
Yeah.
All taking into consideration because we ran a completely clean race, no accidents, just kept it on the track running around, decent pace. So this year, my personal target is to get a podium, but at least we want to improve from last year in GT.
Yeah.
And I think the pace really shows we can fight with top. So it's just all about keeping out of trouble, which everyone says. Maybe some people think, but you're 1 or 2 seconds off, so you have no chance. Yeah, you can say that. And if you think the other way around, say it's maybe you're 2 seconds faster, but if you have a massive crash in the start or in the Porsche curves or in the tricky conditions on the track at the moment, then you can be in the pit for 10 to 20 minutes, and then you're a long way down, then all that extra speed is wasted.
Yeah, can imagine.
Yeah, so it's really about being comfortable with the car. I'm thinking rather be half to a full second slower and then be comfortable with the car and be sure you can keep it on the black stuff and get it around.
So going back to the team itself, what kind of gear are you guys gonna race with at the event? Do you have any specific configuration you're gonna run? Triple screen VR? I don't know, Logitech wheels, or what kind of guys are you going to do?
Both cars are gonna run triple screen monitors. I know a DTE car, we will want the Fanatec DD1.
The podium, yeah.
Yeah, exactly, the DD1 with Heusinkfeld pedals.
Oh, nice, very nice.
We're gonna be first time I try that.
I think half the team is going to be running the DD1s with Hüsingfeld pedals.
Yeah.
Hey, but we are gonna run that with triple screen and similar brick, and then I think the hypercar will run the race-winning base from last year with Frostmaster. No, it is not. I actually don't know, to be honest, what they are gonna run.
Okay.
So, but I know it's triple screen. It will be some kind of
So
aluminium rig.
last year in the LMP1 car, you had both Nicholas and Devin Brown, but I think that Devin now left your team. So who's gonna really fill in his spot there? So who's gonna be as fast as Devin?
Well, Devin last year he was only a part of the team for that event alone.
Okay.
But shortly after the event, he got signed by Dennis Lind to Hydra Racing or Team Singularity.
Yeah.
So he's gonna drive for them in hypercar. But once again this year we have Nicholas Hillebrand on board. Here with Michael Rowling, a teammate from. And those two are teammates in the Virtual Endurance Championship for T3 Motorsport.
Yeah.
And then we have Carsten Dennegaard, team manager, co-founder of the team. Go with Richard Brugger. So it's basically 4 guys there.
So
It's basically only Nicholas who actually drove last year, which remained at the team.
but you can just keep him in the car for the entire 24 hours. Everything will go well then.
Yeah, he did 5 hours last year. He was fresh as a baby when
Yeah.
out.
Yeah,
No.
he was so high on his adrenaline when I remember that, and when I kind of like when he was like driving at the event, he was like so pissed off. Sometimes I kind of like laughed about it because it was so funny, because he was so focused and he was so dead on tired with all the issues with the traffic and stuff like that. It was so funny to actually see that. But that actually shows you how passionate that Nicholas is as a driver, and he is a really fast driver, so I expect a lot of him this year around as well. So.
Yeah, first of all, he's German, so he do things properly. We know that.
Ordnung muss sein, as you say in German.
Then he's bloody quick, and he's a really nice guy. Can really he's really kind of a team spirit. One of the things that really amazed us last year, we haven't met him at all for the event last year, same with Devin. They just blend into the team spirit like they've been there for 10 years. It was really amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of guys you really want to have on board. When they're quick and at the same time there's just a double bonus.
Yeah.
And he's taking it really serious. He also raced a bit in real life. So he has some experience from there.
Yeah. He's driving the Chevrolet Cup, something like that.
Yeah, Chevrolet Cruise Cup.
Yeah, Cruise Cup, yeah.
Yeah.
Germany. Germany. It's good that he's actually entering real motorsport as well. So yeah, we have actually quite a few real motorsport stars at our show this year. Someone in the British Touring Car Championship. We have somebody in the NASCAR Euro Wheeling Series and stuff like that. So there's actually a lot of stuff to see there. A lot of known faces as well on TV as well is there. So yeah, it's gonna be
together with some bigger
sim racing.
Like VRS Coanda, who's
of course this
massively
is
known from IPR racing
environment. A very quick team and very talented team, and really knows the strategy of driving endurance races for more than 12 hours to 24 hours of racing. So yeah, I expect quite a lot of strategy in their way of competing at this event, and also because it's going to be a different event for VS Coanda. I'm quite sure about that, and it's also because they are at the same place all the time, and because of the atmosphere and how you are at the show and the surrounding and stuff, you can't really get that much of sleep. So you really have just to stay up for the entire 24 hours. You can, of course, go somewhere and lay down, but there will always be people. So, yeah, it's not the same as driving online. Definitely not.
Really. And in my opinion, when they have not really done any events on R Factor 2, so actually are coming some underdogs.
Yeah. But it's still...
We know they're fast, but we don't really know how they are in a long race in R Factor 2. I think especially the GTE class will be as close as in real life because it's really competitive.
Yeah, but then they're not gonna compete in GT.
Oh, I know, no, but it's
Yeah, no.
just in general. But the hypercar class as well. I think it really will surprise a few people how good racing you can get in
Yeah.
that class.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting.
It really is.
It's been great talking to you, Rasmus.
Yeah,
I think
no
we
problem.
are nearly the end of this show, and this has actually be the last live stream before the big show in Viborg, actually. And
Yes.
I think actually we won't be much online after this until we hit the show floor around Thursday night. Where we're gonna have a lot of interviews and going around asking people different questions and stuff like that for the preparation
Checking
of
out
the show.
sim rigs.
Exactly, the sim rigs. We're gonna really gotta go into more depth of the sim rigs and from the show floor and stuff like that. So, yeah. So there's a lot of great stuff coming from our end, and I would just want to say good luck, Rasmus, to your team. Really looking forward to see you guys race, and I hope you will have a great race.
Yeah, you too. I can't wait. I've been waiting for a year.
That's the same for us. It's gonna be great. Yeah, it is.
Look.
Have a good fun.
You too.
Yeah. Bye.
Take care.
Bye.
And as Rasmus leaving, we're actually joined by both Jesper Sundström and Philip Bonnevet. Hello, guys.
Hello,
Evening,
guys.
How are you doing?
Fine.
Fine. Yeah.
How's the track conditions?
Oh,
Wet. Very slippery. It actually
Sorry.
worse that we had inters with the GT3.
Yeah. If you can introduce yourself and kind of talk a little bit about your team and your co-drivers. We take Philip first.
Yeah.
My name is Philip Bonnevet. I'm driving for Newmark Racing Esports on the number 75 car. This is my first time competing in the GTR 24. I'll be on team with Jesper and two other guys. One of them is Rasmus Møller Andreasen, who is currently at the World Championship in go-karting, and Emil Fosborg, who is a mechanic for Newmark Racing in the real world. And we will be competing in the GT3 class.
And you, Jesper.
yeah. Philip almost said it all, but I've been competing before on the burst. Last year I was pit guy, and the year before I was driving. And yeah, I'm getting a little old, and I need a little more speed. So
At least you're honest.
yeah,
Yeah.
I can't compete with the younger guys anymore. That's
But then
sad.
practice the difficult stuff like the conditions now is perfect for guys like you and I, Jesper. I used to thrive in these difficult conditions as well, because it's just easier to. I find the younger guys tend to not have like as much experience driving in difficult conditions. I usually do my best in these semi-wet, drying up or starting to rain conditions.
I hope the younger guys lose the head in these conditions, so I can
Exactly.
win some speed, and yeah. Let's see how it goes. I'm optimistic at the moment.
It will go well. Don't worry about it.
I hope
Yeah,
so.
we hope
And-
so.
At least the first and most important stuff you have to remember is to keep the car on the track, because
Yeah.
Peter has a story about some Swedish team.
Yeah.
You can
That
just
was the first. That was the
Yeah.
first. Yeah. That was crazy.
Yeah, we're gonna. If it rains, we're gonna take it slow.
yeah.
Don't take
Yeah,
any
but-
chances.
But then again, if you drove like those guys, Team Harden, then it won't be much fun competing anyway, because they never contested anyone. Like if someone came up behind them and tried to overtake, they just drove off to the side and let them pass. And
Yeah.
God.
I think they were on average.
Yeah.
They were 5 seconds a lap slower than the slowest car on track, but they still
Okay.
ended up winning because all the other guys ended up having, various issues. You know, just aero damage and stuff like that makes the car much slower.
Yeah.
And I want to warn people again that the lap penalty for disconnecting and rejoining this year has been buffed up quite significantly. So yeah, we wanted to reward the teams that keep their noses clean.
Yes, it's a free lap penalty this year, right?
Yeah, it's three lap.
It's fair.
It was at a point. It was at a point where if one of the top 3 teams did a rejoin, they could actually get back on the server and get back their podium position. And personally, for me, that the decision is made or I voted for this because I thought it was unfair to the guys that just tried to keep their noses clean and not get into trouble, because they still didn't really have a chance.
Agree. Yeah, but how about the weather? Are we going live weather or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Live weather.
Okay.
Yeah. Live weather plus 7 degrees Celsius. So it's going to be 7 degrees hotter than the indicated temperature. But the downpour is going to be live like it is now.
Okay.
Is the temperature difference? Is that the air temp or track temp?
It's air temperature. You can't control track temperature. Track temperature is dynamically controlled. It'll, like, if it's overcast like it is now, the temperature will get very close to air temperature. The track temperature will move very close to air temperature. If it's high sun, it'll go 12, 15 degrees higher than the air temperature.
Okay, that's a lot.
But that's on average. You can talk with Marcel Offermans about this as well. I believe it's affected by shadow as well. So if you got sections like exactly where Chris was on the stream right now, just before the Indianapolis kink, there's a lot of trees that cover the track in shadow. That section by those trees is actually going to have a colder track surface than the parts where the sun's actually shining on it.
Yeah.
Makes sense during when we're closing in the night evening stints.
Yeah,
the track will be colder.
That will move much closer to the ambient air temperature as well. Yes.
Yeah. When we just joined the server and drove a bit, the track temperature was, I think it was 29 degrees, and we could feel a difference in the car.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. It's very, very different from what it normally does. I would say at 25 degrees it behaves like a totally different setup.
Yeah, but it's been overcast all day long.
Yeah.
So it's 26 degrees ambient temperature right now and 29 on track, and I don't think it's changing. It's not going to change much for the next 3-4 hours. It's just the air temperature will go down, of course, because in real life it's nighttime right now, but it isn't on the server.
Yeah. But it's a gamble, because when it gets colder, your engine power increases and your cooling capability increase. So, but then again, you lose the track temperature, so you lose temperature in your tires as well. I think it's a trade-off.
Yeah. Okay, so Thomas Bayer, who's with the WEC, actually says that it's not shadow dependent. So I'm sorry about that, but I heard the guys talk about that it would be shadow dependent.
Okay.
So I don't. Now I'm a bit confused. Because I was told one thing, and now I'm told another.
It would surprise me if it wasn't shadow dependent, especially if it's like a real weather model. It would be logical that it would depend on your shadow.
Well, anyway, we're looking forward to this event.
Very much so.
So are we.
We are gonna put a lot of hard work in it. And hopefully we are going on the podium.
Yeah, in both cars.
Yeah.
That's what we're aiming for.
So, why did you guys specifically go for the GT3 class?
I think it was a decision made on that most of us haven't competed in this event yet.
Okay.
Basically. So yeah, I think it would be fair that we chose the, wouldn't say it's the beginner class, but it's more tailored to beginners.
Yeah, we try to make it for the hobby racers and
Yeah.
beginners. Yes.
Yeah. But as Jon has received a picture of our supposedly a rather good qualifying lap, we might have been better off in the GT class.
Well, the GTE cars are much tougher to set up as well. It's really a challenge this year. Like, you wouldn't think that a car, like, it still has quite, it doesn't have a lot of setup options, but just the fact that you still have, like, in the GT3s, you have the ABS, and you don't need to worry that much about the brake bias being proper and the weight moving weirdly during braking and stuff like that. But it does, well, that just adds a lot of complexity to the GTE cars compared to the GT3s. It's just, yeah, I find the GT3s a lot more fun and easy to drive because the competition seems to be just like automatically closer. GTE is a lot more setup dependent.
Yeah, but also I think a thing that I found weird about specifically the Corvette is the damper settings. If you change your slow rates in bump and rebound, it also changes the fast rate. And as far as I remember, you can set those independently in the GTE.
You can.
Yeah.
We've actually, now I know he's muted his microphone, but while we've been talking, we've had Linus Lundin from, I believe, the DGTS LMP2 car join us as well. He says he's not that good at English because he's only 16, but welcome, Linus.
Thank you, bro.
So you're, of course, in a whole different class of car with a lot more setup options even than the GTEs. How are you finding these track conditions with the half-wet track?
Very tricky, very fucking tricky conditions. I have a lot of slides and a lot of saves to do. So very tricky condition right now.
And I know from my own experience that the downforce of the LMP2 car helps a bit, but that's not really going to help you out of the Mulsanne and Arnage corners. The slow first gear corners is it's always a challenge with a light car with a lots of horsepower.
Yeah, I just have more hardwood brake, and the braking points is the most difficult thing right now. The acceleration points it's not that simple, but the braking points is more like very hard to find right now. These conditions.
I see on the live stream right now we're following one of the VRS Coanda cars. From top view, it does look like the racing line is more visible now than it was 30 minutes ago.
One thing I actually found very funny about all the braking points is nearly all the classes use the same braking points. You can just see the massive difference in stopping power between the classes.
Correct. I think that's down to the cars running almost the same width of tire on all of the cars, and it's just a difference. Is the difference in speed, and because you have lighter weight in the hypercar and LMP2 cars compared to the GTEs and GT3s, that sort of gives them the possibility to brake like relatively later, which then ends up being the same as the GT
yes, the
cars.
heavier
But
cars.
Yeah, but it's strange. Yeah, that's the higher speeds and the weight difference seem to level it out. Yes.
Well, I think me and Jesper will head out, and
Yeah.
I'll just say we are looking very much forward to the event.
Yeah,
whole
we'll
team.
come and visit you at your rig and pit tent Thursday evening if we can make it. There's a every time I need to correct names or anything or make plans and everything, it just keeps surprising me how long time it even takes to set up 46 names of just the teams correctly.
Yeah. And this year it's 46 teams.
Yeah.
And
This is gonna be a massive amount of sim racers and real racers there as well.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
It's
amazing.
gonna be very dope.
So
And-
when the other guys, we can maybe talk a bit with you. Like who's your teammates on the DGTS car, and what's your experience with sim racing?
I'm very new in the LMP2 class. I have changed from the GT class to LMP2 here from 3 days ago because the GT class closed down. And Peter, my team manager, what you want to call him, he has say you need to remove to the LMP2 class. So I have a lot of new things to learn in the LMP2 class and new teammates to learn, of course, because they're not the same teammates we have. So I have a lot of hours in front of me in the next week to find my teammates directly and find the car directly. So it's gonna be a hard next week.
I think it is. I think it is for everyone. Like everyone's still busy fine tuning the setups, and I think, as John said earlier, I think some of the teams are quite surprised at how strong the competition really is, especially in the hyper car class and the LMP2 class. It looks like the cars at LMP2 are very, very close indeed.
There's gonna be a massive fighting between those two classes. That's for sure. With the statistics and what we're seeing in the data and stuff like that, it's just gonna be amazing this year. So there's gonna be a shitload of good overtakes there and a really great racing. So for anybody out there, I would recommend coming to this show and actually watch it full time and actually get everything from the show floor, because it will just give you so much back in rather than just watching online. So drop by the show. It costs you about 100 Danish, or about, I don't know how much it is, in, I don't know, 12 euros, something like that, and you can get into the show and actually watch the entire show.
Yeah, that's
for 3 days.
That's free access for the entire weekend. Yes.
Yeah. Oh, anyhow, I think we are actually coming to a close now, Peter. It's like
we have to shut this operation down.
Yeah, for the next couple of days. So this is gonna be the last live stream before the show, and we are actually done with it now. So next time we will be online, we will be at the show floor in Viborg Cold Arena. Thank you for watching.
I can try and lift this up, and I can show you guys why we need to. I need to unplug another USB cord here without unplugging this camera. Like all of this equipment behind me needs to be moved. That's the studio desks, chairs, of course all the computers that go with that, networking equipment, the streaming station, everything needs to be packed down and moved as well. And then we have, you wouldn't believe this, but there's two more, those are the computers, two of the computers, the Dell computers for the streaming setup.
Shit,
and that's
just a lot of gear.
Yeah, that's 12. I think it's 12 Cooler Master computers with a little bit of cooperation by Frog Gaming. Those are there. There's 10 screens. There's screens from Alienware as well. Testing one of them right now. All of this needs to be packed down and loaded into the trailer and made ready for next week.
It looks like you have to go through a maze.
Yeah, I do.
With all that equipment.
To get in and out of here, I have to go through some some sort of maze. Yes.
It's just insane how much equipment we have this time around, but also the event is 3 times larger than last year. The amount of power we are putting into the show with the different investors and stuff like that is just massive. So you guys have a lot. Yeah,
And can I
to
say,
experience.
like, we were talking about spectators and that, like, the VIP tickets, I think, is soon going to be sold out because there's a limited room of VIP tickets, and apparently a lot of people chose to buy the VIP tickets. I know some of them has been given away to various partners in sort of banded deals and stuff like that. But there's also, I think, was it 90 VIP tickets that was already sold, John?
Yeah.
Wow.
Around,
Cool.
around 90 VIP tickets, yes. I was told today, yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know
That's
the
nice.
exact spectator number, but I suspect the number that we got today is already far away from what's actually sold now that the radio commercials and everything have kicked in. I feel pretty sure that right now we're somewhere between 500 and 1,000 spectator tickets, normal and VIP combined. But I know they'll have problems with the seating for the speakers that are going to be at the event. If it turns out that there's more than 200 VIP tickets sold.
Yeah.
Then they're going to have to come up with a very different AV solution. Like, they can easily be in the room, but it's going to be a problem for people hearing what the speaker has to say if there's going to be so many VIP guests. We'll see. That's not our problem. That'll be Viborg HK. They'll sort that out. But yeah, they might limit the ticket numbers as well. So if you want the full VIP experience, I would recommend buying your VIP ticket as soon as possible.
Yeah. I think it's time for a commercial break and a last hello from our partners before we are joining the show. In the next 4 days, actually, I think it's now 4 days, right? 4 days, maybe something, maybe less. Oh, 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah,
Still
and of course the race starts tomorrow, but a week from tomorrow. Okay, so tomorrow 8 days. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. See you at the event, guys, and thanks for dropping by.
See you guys.
We'll see you there.
See you. Bye.
See you. Bye.
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 And now the last ad break before the event. See you there, everyone.
Communication. It started out as a conversation between two people, but as time went by and people's needs became greater, they developed more ways to communicate. Businesses today need to minimize incomplete connections. Therefore, it is critical that they provide optimal service. Xilinx desktop, mobile and web applications can process everything from normal calls and callbacks to chats, emails and social media inquiries. Let Xilinx liberate your business.
Man have et skin, og så går det galt, og så brækker den sig, og så skal den kaste op på toilettet og alt muligt andet. Jeg ved fandme ikke snart, hvad der er galt med.
Det er ligesom at have en etårig.
For helvede, altså. Prøv at høre, så rens det der